Welcome in for another night of Riverheads Gladiator Football. I'm Leland McCrae as we are bringing you a YouTube feed, live or provided the next day, depending on how the internet provides. Glad you are joining us. We are in for a solid Shenandoah District matchup here between the 1-1 Fort Defiance Indians, who beat Stanton last week. They're hosting the Riverheads Gladiators, 2-0, who were able to knock off Wilson Memorial last week. These coaches, Coach Dan Roth with Fort Defiance in his 12th season here at Fort Defiance, a record of 50-7-3. The last couple of years been knocking on the doors of the playoffs, unable to kind of get over that hump. Well, they were hoping for a difference in 2020. A lot of differences have happened in 2020. Playoffs have now gotten harder with only half the amount of teams allowed. So the road will be harder for Defiance, but they're still looking to make noise in Region 3C. Tonight they have their hands full with Riverheads and trying to take that on. They'll have Shannon Nicely at quarterback, Trevor Bartley at running back, who ran over for 100 yards last week, Jeffrey East at fullback, also Dalton Ream and Riley Miller will be seeing time at running back. Ashton Dove, Tyreek Veeney, and Drew Sheckeyes are names we will be seeing on the outside for the Fort Defiance offense. Some of those same names will show up on the defensive side for the Indians, but also linebackers Noah Collins and Brennan Mason Cup will show up on the defensive side for the Fort Defiance Indians. For the Gladiators, led by Coach Robert Casto, he's in his 25th year, 237-59 record, 28 straight wins for this football team.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Alumni Field on the campus of Fort Defiance High School.
And they are looking for their fifth in a row after winning the last four in Class 1A.
Now 6:15.
We're going to have a delayed kickoff here at Fort Defiance. Not going to be kicking it off until 6:15. But we'll continue talking to you here for a minute as the Gladiators will be led by all-state caliber, decided the last couple of years by the VHSL. This year, back up to the same pace, but Zach Smiley, the senior, last week with 9 carries, 128 yards, and a touchdown. Quarterback Bennett Dunlap, only a sophomore, last week threw 3 for 5 for 73 yards and a touchdown. Cy Cox, also a senior. He ran last week for 8 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown. Also caught a 37-yard touchdown reception. He'll be coming out of the backfield alongside Zach Smiley. Back there as well, Noah Smiley, the fullback, number 26, the junior. Last week, 9 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown. Other running back names you'll hear in there for the Gladiators: Caden Cook Cash, Aiden Miller, the junior, and Colbert, the junior. Landon Leitner lines up on the outsides for the Gladiators, playing the split-end position. Last week had a 27-yard reception. He has 2 receptions on the season for 48 yards. Cooper Robeson has been doing all the kicking for the Gladiators. Like I said, we had a delayed kickoff here. Not sure of the reason why, but we'll continue to set this one up for you. Might take a break before kickoff. So big game here between the Gladiators and the Indians. Other matchups coming from around the area: Buffalo Gap at Stanton, both 1-1 teams. Whatever team wants to kind of vie for that second level in the Shenandoah District, that game will decide who's in and who's out of that conversation, as one will already have 2 district losses in week 3 of the season. Wilson Memorial is going to travel over to Stuarts Draft. Wilson last week the opponent of the Riverheads Gladiators. Wilson now 1-1. They go to Stuarts Draft, who is 2-0. Rockbridge County will go to Waynesboro. Waynesboro knocking on the door of their first victory last week. Hope to do that again this week against Rockbridge, but Rockbridge has kind of come alive to look like one of the favorites of that Valley District. Since we have time, we will talk about the games last week for a minute. The biggest game in the area last week on paper had everybody over at Stuarts Draft. Buffalo Gap playing there. It was 2 1-0 teams, and it was a 3-0 ball game at the halftime. Stuarts Draft had kind of experimented with some different looking offensive lineups through the first half into the second half, but then went back to one of their more traditional looks, and then were able to find a lot of success on the offensive side of the football. Gap put up a good effort, hold on to a defense, and really playing good defense against something they had never seen. But in the end, the Cougars pulled away late in that ball game, 30-0. It was all Cougars late. I think there was a pick 6 in there as well to get that score up. Another big game in the area last week was Stanton versus Fort. Fort was coming off a loss. Stanton was coming off a big win. Well, the Indians won the ball game last week. They were able to do it with consistent scoring throughout. They allowed Stanton to score on the first drive and then stopped Stanton from there on. Stanton didn't score again until late. But the Indian offense did well, scoring pretty consistently throughout the football game and ran their home score amount up to 38 points. And the other local game involving Waynesboro, they were up at Harrisonburg, and they had that as a defensive battle, 0-0 into the second half. But then late, they allowed Harrisonburg to score, but then threatened again themselves. The Little Giants were down all the way inside the 5 when time ran out on. They were trying to spike the football with an opportunity to get one more pass into the end zone. That didn't work out for them. But Waynesboro really close to a victory there. Would have been a huge victory for that program that has had such issues the last few years. Go ahead and step away from this for a minute as I see why this game's getting canceled, or not canceled, getting delayed. And we will be back on air when the game is moving forward with action. Welcome to Fort Defiance, where we are back on air to cover the Riverheads Gladiators coming over here to Fort Defiance to take on the Indians tonight in Shenandoah District football action. I'm Leland McCrae. Happy to have you with us however you're watching, whenever you're watching. Tonight, the 2-0 Riverheads Gladiators coming here to Fort Defiance, who are 1-1. Last week, the Riverheads Gladiators knocking off Wilson Memorial at home in a one-sided game there where the Gladiators were able to run away from the Hornets 47-7. Fort Defiance last week at home as well. They were able to knock out Stanton, moving them to 1-1, but also moving Fort Defiance to 1-1. Indians won that game 38-10.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Alumni Field on the campus of Fort Defiance High School for this evening's varsity football game between the Riverheads Gladiators and your Fort Defiance Indians.
Coach Dan Rolfe in his 12th season here at Fort Defiance, record 50-73. Coach Casto at the Riverhead Gladiators, he's in his 25th year, 237-59, 28 straight victories. Looks like we have the anthem. Let's take a break for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor the United States of America and those who defend our freedom at home and abroad with the playing of our national anthem performed tonight by your very own Fort Defiance High School Marching Indians.
Getting a little late start here at Fort Defiance. Not sure what the delay was. We were expecting referees, but they showed up a couple minutes later. But either way, it looks like we're getting ready to go with the anthem and both teams on the field. Other action in the area tonight that I hope to update you on, even though you might not be catching us live, but Buffalo Gap will be at Stanton, a battle of 1-1 teams. The loser will have 2 losses in Shenandoah District, which is a big problem if you're looking to try to make your way into the playoffs. Wilson Memorial traveling to Stewart's Draft. Wilson Memorial trying to avoid 2 one-sided games in a row. Stewart's Draft, a very, very solid-looking team with their results so far. We'll have to see how that one goes for them.
Our officials for this evening,
and Waynesboro will be hosting Rockbridge County. Rockbridge County 2-0 appear to be one of the favorites in the Valley District. Maybe not a preseason favorite there for the Wildcats, but with their 2 victories last week over Spotswood, decidedly kind of puts them in the driver's seat, at least for a consideration of who could win that Valley District. Looks like Riverheads will be getting this ball first. Coach Castro will get the ball first like he likes. We'll be with you all night here. That's number 2 for the Indians. Drew Shrekka is doing the kickoff. It will be kicked deep, it looks like. Cooper Cash with the return. Good return to the outside. Brought down out of bounds with contact just beyond the 40. Nice return there by Caden Cook Cash. I've called him Cooper Cash too many times. If you get that wrong, I'll stop it.
First and 10 Gladiators at the 41-yard line.
The Riverheads will get things going here at the 41-yard line just to start this ball game. Bennett Dunlap under center. Zach Smiley comes in motion. He turns up and then he turns back. Nice back cut by Zach Smiley. Stiff arm, but that is enough contact to slow him down as a flag comes in at the end of that play.
Marker down. Zach Smiley with the carry. Landon Barb with the stop.
As there was some hands to the face from Zach, but the other player's hands were high too. I'm not sure what we're going to get here. Personal foul, face mask against Fort Defiance. Yeah, both players with hands up high.
Personal foul, face mask call against the Indians.
And that's going to be the face mask penalty of the worst kind, the personal foul variety. And that's 15 additional yards on top of the 7 or 8 yard run there by Zach Smiley. So that is another first down, or the first first down of the ball game. Now they're going to be inside the 40. As Bennett Dunlap takes the snap, gives it to his fullback up the middle. That should be Noah Smiley. It is. Not a whole lot of place to go as he might just get to the 35. It will be good for a couple of yards.
Noah Smiley with the carry.
His first carry of the ball game is going to be good for 3 yards. Noah Smiley last week, 9 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown. A very balanced offense last week for the Gladiators. As many of the different guys got touchdowns, got carries, multiple carries. It was a good effort out of the whole offense. Dunlap under center takes a snap. He's going to give this one to Zach Smiley. He's going to jump a guy at the line of scrimmage, and he's down 2 yards beyond the line of scrimmage there.
Zach Smiley with the carry. Alexander Guerrero Cooper with the stop.
So if we gave him 2 there, that is going to be 3rd and 5. It's going to be on the longer side of 5 there.
3rd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
3rd and 5 from the 33 for the Gladiators. First drive of the game here for the Gladiators. Pre-snap whistles from the far side.
Penalty marker down.
Offsides against Fort Defiance. He encroached the neutral zone there. And that's going to be close to a first down. Probably just
penalty
short.
Against the Indians.
That long 5 is meaningful there, as it's still going to be 3rd down, but now 3rd and short for the Gladiators.
28. Noah Smiley with the carry. Dalton Lane with the stop.
Nice carry there by Noah Smiley as he moves the chains, does enough to get the first down. Moves the ball ahead there to the 26-yard line. Continues this Gladiator drive, 9:48 and ticking on the clock. Carry outside with Zach Smiley. He's going to try a jump a guy again. Flag coming in.
Zach Smiley with the carry. Penalty markers down.
Parents on the Fort side cheering for injuries. As the referees figure out what the call here is. 9:30 to go in the first quarter. Personal foul against Riverheads. Yeah.
Penalty against Gladiators.
Got to be for the jump from Zach Smiley there. It's a hard rule to call when it's called so inconsistently. They have added language to a rule for jumping people for player safety reasons, but it is so infrequently called. It's just hard when you do see it.
Penalty marker down.
Referees still have some problems over the side. Sideline warning for Riverheads.
Penalty against Gladiators. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
He was on the side. Okay, so first and 15, or first and 25. Dunlap's going to fake the run. Now he's going to pass it into traffic. It's popped up in the air. It's knocked down to the ground. Dunlap threw it into traffic.
Broken up by Riley Miller.
Threw it into traffic, and it was lucky it was not intercepted after it was tipped up into the air. He had all kinds of pressure in the backfield. As the fake didn't throw anybody off, he ran to the near side of the sideline to where I am, away from the Riverheads bench. Might have been better just to tuck that and find some space. It's like 2nd and 25 for the Gladiators. This time they're going to give it to Zach. He's going to move forward. He's going to go through the hole. Not a lot of space, as he will have positive yardage, moving the ball up to the 32. But he is seeking the 16-yard line for a first down.
Christian Sarles with the stop.
So I think we're 3rd and 16.
Third and 17 at the 33-yard line.
Announcer's going to call 3rd and 17. So will I. Bennett Dunlap under center. He gives to Zach Smiley. He's in the hole. He tries to bounce outside. He's under traffic. He's not going to get enough for a first down easily. He might get back to the original line of scrimmage, for bringing up what should be a 4th and 10. Maybe 4th and 11.
Tyler Smith and Trevor Bartley with the stop.
So obviously the penalties there. The 15-yard personal foul is the big problem here for the Gladiators, now facing a 4th and 11.
4th and 11 at the 33-yard line.
Gladiators going for it all the way here, no question about it. Dunlap under center. Takes a snap, Zach Smiley again. This time going to the outside. He's going to find a first down. He's going to find more, and he's going to be stopped before the end zone, inside the 5, setting up and goal for the Gladiators.
Zach Smiley with the carry.
And where they ran to the right side with Zach the 2 previous plays, he cut inside, stayed in the hole. And there, that time they had an extra blocker move into the outside and allow for some space to the right side, to the outside. Zach gets all the yards he needs for a first down and then more. Down to the 3-yard line. First and goal from the 3 for the Gladiators.
The 3-yard line.
7:50 and ticking on the clock. Dunlap under center. He's going to give it to Zach, try to give him a chance to get in the end zone, and he will. Walks in untouched, across the goal line, touchdown, Riverheads Gladiators. And they will open this game with a lead. Penalty early hurts them, but they make up for it and more, get into the end zone. Touchdown on the board, Robeson on for the extra point. Up and through. The Gladiators now lead 7-0 over the Fort Defiance Indians.
Gladiators 7, Indians nothing.
So a nice drive there for the Gladiators, though. Really only negative spot was the penalty.
Of Chick-fil-A sandwiches, nachos with cheese, popcorn, drinks, and some candy. And all proceeds go to benefit Fort Athletics. Just a reminder that face coverings and masks are required to be worn at all times, except while actively eating or drinking.
A 4-minute and 21-second drive. 54-yard drive to start that game for the Gladiators. And they really had positive plays on nearly every play from the line of scrimmage. The penalty, as I keep referring to it, is about the only thing that really slowed them down. Robeson on the kick for the Gladiators. They have not been kicking deep a lot this season, traditional for Riverheads. Gonna take this one, kick it deeper to the left. Number 2 for Defiance. Drew Shrekeyes tries to field it, unable to, then picks the ball up to the near sideline, and he'll be taken down pretty quickly.
Drew Shrekeyes with the return.
23-yard line for the Fort
Aiden
Defiance.
Hearn with the stop.
So a good kickoff there for Gladiators. Good coverage downfield. That will bring on the Fort Defiance Indian offense for the first time tonight. Shannon Nicely looking to be the quarterback, the number 1 that you will see there. Trevor Bartley will get the ball a lot in the backfield, so will Jeffrey East. On the outside, you'll see Ashton Dove, Tyreek Beatty, and Drew Shrekeyes. A couple other subs will be in there, but we will see Nicely under center. Taking the snap, and he's throwing through the outside to Shrekeyes. Shrekeyes catches it.
Pass complete to Drew Shrekeyes.
For about 5 yards. That's a pretty simple pitch and catch there. Nicely to Shrekeyes.
Landon Leitner with the stop. Second to 5 at the 28-yard line.
So from the 28, it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Indians. Nicely under center, bringing a guy in motion. He's throwing again to the other side. He's going to throw it to his other wide out, this time unable to connect. Throws it too wide for number 3, Ashton Dove on the outside. Ashton Dove, player that was able to provide a lot of offense for Fort Defiance last year in addition to some of the seniors they lost. Shannon Nicely, the quarterback. I remember his brother being quite a good player for Fort Defiance in the last previous years here at Fort Defiance. Kind of a do-it-all player, like his brother is playing quarterback. So Shrekeyes and Dove split out. Bartley's back there in the backfield with an H-back and a fullback, it looks like. They're going to give it to Bartley. Nowhere to go. Immediate pressure at the line of scrimmage. It will bring up 4th down, as it was not enough for the first. They'll gain 2. But it's going to bring up 4th and 2. Call it a gain of 3, bring up 4th and 2. Let's see what Fort Defiance wants to do here early in this ball game. They're in their own territory. They're sending the quarterback on. See if this is a quick kick or just straight going for it. They only need 2 yards. But in their own territory, a risky play early in a ball game against an offense as potent as Riverheads. Big play here for the Indians. Nicely under center. He's going to snap it. He's going to give it to Bartley. It's in the backfield. The fumble. It's out. It's not going to be a first down either way. It's a fumble. Riverheads picked it up. It's picked up by the freshman, Caden Cook Cash, making another big play for the Gladiators. He was there for the stop, but also got the pickup. And just a disastrous play for Fort Defiance. Going for it on 4th down in their own territory. And the last thing they wanted was a turnover like that, even giving back yards backwards. And so this will be Riverheads football at the 20-yard line. And just not what Fort Defiance wanted at all right there. First down from Riverheads from the 20. They're going to give it to Cox. He's going to get a first down. He's going to run for at least 11 as he's going to get it inside the 10. And that was Cy Cox coming in for his first carry of the ball game to the left side. Had a good hold, but then also got some after contact. Nice carry. Last week, I believe he had the 2 first carries of the ball game, and one went for 20-some yards. The next one went to the end zone. That one cut the field in half for the Gladiators. This one will go to Zach Smiley. Is he going to bounce out? No. Looking to cut in. Now he might bounce out. Avoiding so much contact. And finally will be brought down for no gain.
Zach Smiley with the carry.
But he avoided 3 or 4 tacklers in the process.
With the stop.
An impressive no gain run there for Zach Smiley. Just kind of doing what he does. So that will bring up 2nd and goal from the 9. As Dunlap under center is going to give it to Zach Smiley again. This time cutting it upfield. Found a little bit of space. Maybe about 5 yards.
Zach Smiley with the carry.
See where they spot this one. 3rd and goal coming for the Gladiators. It's sitting down right on the 5, so from 5 yards out. About a 4-yard run there for Zach Smiley. He's gotten a lot of carries so far in this ball game.
5-0 from the 3-yard line.
5 minutes left in the first quarter here. Gladiators leading 7-0. Dunlap with the football, and he's going to give it back to his running back. Back to the line of scrimmage. Zach Smiley's tackled there, and they're doing a decent job getting to Zach early. He's made some plays being able to break away from some contact, but unable to get away from anybody there. So, 4th and goal for the Gladiators. They will go for it. 5 yards away here. Going to have to get a touchdown or turn the ball over on downs. Dunlap's throwing. Doesn't have time, and they drop it. So a good stop by the Fort Defiance defense. They had a bad play before that to start this opportunity for Riverheads where they turn the ball over inside their own territory. But their defense comes up, finds the stop, and that'll get their offense back on the field. They will be on their own 5-yard line in the shadow of the offense. But that is a good stop there for Fort Defiance. 4:08 on the clock. Nicely under center. Going to give it to one of his fullbacks up front, Ream. He's contacted immediately at the line of scrimmage, makes his way over to the left side for a couple yards. Fort Defiance definitely wants to find a way to move the ball on this drive and at least help their field position as they are in the shadow of their own end zone here. This Riverheads defense breathing down on them. Nice is going to take the snap from under center. Again, give it to his fullback up the middle. They're just trying to find a way to find some space away from that end zone.
Dalton Ream with the carry.
Going to get about 2 more yards, maybe 3, out to the 11. Third and 4.
They'll bring up 3rd and 4 from the 11-yard line.
3 minutes to go in the first quarter. 3rd and 4 from the 11. Fort Defiance really wants to find a first down here just to keep this possession alive. Give it to the fullback again, up the middle. Ball went on the ground late. It looks like they're going to be blowing that one dead either way. It's going to depend on the spot. I don't think he has a first down. He does not. That brings up 4th down, 4th and 1 from the 14-yard line.
Now
Looks like
4th and 1
a different crew for Fort Defiance coming in to punt this one away. I mentioned Shannon Nicely's older brother earlier. It looked like, I think he was the one doing the punt previous years. But this looks like Shannon Nicely back there, the quarterback. So Riverheads needs to watch this with the quarterback with the punting duties. Have some up men going in motion. They're going to throw it back there, and it is punted away up into the air. The wind's blowing against them here. That's not going to help them. Bounces in Riverhead's favor. Riverheads needs to get away. Fort Defiance will down it after it bounces back towards them. Riverheads will take over this time from the 30. So another opportunity for Riverheads with good field position. And this will be Riverhead's 3rd possession here in the first quarter. Their first possession was a touchdown, a 3-yard run by Zach Smiley. The second was a turnover on downs at the 5. So they'll start this drive at the 30 with 1:55 to go here in the first quarter. Riverhead's leading 7-0 against Fort Defiance. Here's going to be a carry to Cy Cox. He's coming to the left side. He goes up through the hole. He gets yardage. Plenty of yardage, maybe 8 yards. Good carry there by Cy Cox. He was 6 yards down the field before anybody touched him. Hit the hole, very, very good speed, had good blocking. 7-yard gain, second and
Second and
3
3 at the 23-yard line.
at the 23-yard line for the Gladiators. Dunlap under center, takes the snap, gives it back to Sycox. He goes in the hole again. He has a lot of room again, and he's across for a first down, and he just got manhandled in the face mask.
Sycox with the carry.
Completely pulled hard, and there is a flag. There is a flag on the ground.
Marker down.
And it's going to be a personal foul, face mask again on the Indians. As that was, I mean, that turned his whole head. That was one of the rough ones. They got it, Zach. Yeah, that is the call. Personal foul, face mask on Fort Defiance.
Personal foul against the Indians.
That was a rough one. That turned his whole head. That has to be bothersome. Maybe working on the equipment there a little bit. Hope he's not shook up from it, but it was a tough one. So 15-yard penalty will move Riverheads into and goal. So first and goal for Riverheads. Looks like they're on about the 7. 58 seconds on the clock and ticking. This one's going to be given to Zach. He's going to run up the middle, cut back a little bit. He's inside the 5, down to the 2 or 3 yard line, 48 seconds of counting. Nice run there by Zach. Had the early cutback, but not a lot of space as the back of the end zone is going to keep some defenders there for him. A lot of room at the line of scrimmage there. Fort Defiance going to need to find a way to close up some of these holes at the line of scrimmage overall, but immediately right now, as Riverheads only needs a couple yards for a touchdown. He's going to give it to the fullback, Noah Smiley, and he is in for a touchdown. Let's call it a 3-yard touchdown for Noah Smiley with 16 seconds to go here in the fourth. And Riverheads will extend their two-touchdown lead. That ball is up for the extra point, and it is good. And the Gladiators now lead this ball game 14-0 here in Fort Defiance. Fort Defiance really unable to get any offensive momentum going tonight. As in their first drive, they didn't even get, I don't believe they got a first down there, no. They really got to find a way to move the ball. These last 2 drives have not been good for Fort Defiance. They're going to get this ball here to close out the first, but moving in the second quarter, they got to find a way to pick up first downs, move the ball downfield. It's credit to Riverheads' defense. It's just tight. As we saw last week, Riverheads forcing 6 3-and-outs by the Wilson Memorial Green Hornets last week to start that game. Really made it easy for the Riverheads offense. Same thing's happening tonight for the Gladiator offense. They've started drives at the 46, which, you know, that's a 54-yard drive, but still moved right downfield. Then they started from the 20, and Fort Defiance did step up and get that stop, and then started that last drive for the Gladiators at the 30, and they, a few plays later, find themselves in the end zone. About a minute 40 later, they were walking into the end zone there with a touchdown by Noah Smiley, 3-yard touchdown from Noah Smiley, adding to his totals on the season. He now has 2 touchdowns on the season. This one will be taken by Shrek Eyes deep. Nice, getting through a couple tackles, had a little space, but now he's going to get taken out at the 30. Decent return there as we have Ferris on the ground. Got caught in the traffic there. He's laid out here. As we will have medical staff come out looking at Ferris. Has his leg up to his left. I'm not sure what he's favoring at the moment. The trainer's looking at his midsection. So 14-0 here. Fort Defiance, 7 seconds left in the first quarter. Fort Defiance will have the ball at their own 30. They'll be starting their 3rd possession of the football game. Riverheads scoring on 2 of their 3 possessions so far. Both 3-yard touchdowns, both by people named Smiley. One by named Zach, one by the name of Noah. Those seniors have scored a lot for the Riverheads offense in these past years. Excuse me, Noah Smiley's only a junior. Seems like I've been calling his name a couple years already. Last week, 9 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown for Noah. He's already got his touchdown for the week right there. Last week, Zach Smiley had 9 carries, 128 yards, and a touchdown. Zach Smiley on a similar pace as well. Cy Cox had some good carries there on that drive. We'll see if he's going to get the ball more. He probably will. Looks like Ferris is going to be able to get up and get off to the sideline.
First and 10 Indians from the 30-yard line.
Maybe just the far side, but either way, for Defiance, 1st and 10 from their own 30. No hand. That's going to be stopped before it gets started with penalty markers. Pre-snap penalty, usually on the offense. False start on the offense is what we're seeing here.
False start call against the Indians.
So Fort Defiance will be moving backwards before they even get that snap off. Looks like they were going to be throwing that ball. Let's see if they stick with that. They ran the fullback a lot on the last drive and then really didn't have a lot to show from it. Right there looking to fake to the fullback and throw it before that ball was clearly called to stop there by the officials. Running the guy in motion. That time they will give it to the fullback up the middle. As that is Bartley. Bartley was the man left back there.
Bartley with the carry, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter. With the score, Gladiators 14, Indians nothing.
In the first quarter there, that 7 seconds went by quick, and it's a 14-0 lead for the Riverhead Gladiators over the Fort Defiance Indians. Other score in the area, Stuarts Draft already leading Wilson Memorial 28-0. There are 4 minutes left in the second quarter there, but it's all Stuarts Draft in that one. As Wilson had similar troubles last week against Riverheads, doesn't get any easier this week against Stuarts Draft. Second and 10
at the 25-yard line.
So that was a no gain or a 5-yard gain by Bartley, but brings up 2nd and 10 for Fort Defiance to start the second quarter. They're passing. It's going to come out here to the near side. It's caught. Ferris there for the tackle, and he's going to fight through some tackle and need the assistance of number 10 from the Gladiators to finish off that tackle, and that is Isaiah Dunlap. Ferris slowed him down, which was completely necessary, and Isaiah Dunlap had to come finish that tackle off. It's a first down either way for Fort Defiance, and that's what this offense needed. Needed some positive yardage to at least get field position in their way, get some time off the clock, keep the Riverheads offense off the field. Under center snap, bent to Bartley up the middle. He's fighting ahead, close to 5 yards, and he'll have them. Going to be marked down right at the 45 for a 5-yard gain, bring up 2nd and 5.
Zach Smiley with the stop.
5-yard carry for Bartley up the middle. He's a tough runner there. He's playing the up back. Nicely takes a snap. Nowhere to go for his ball carrier. He's lucky if he has the line of scrimmage. He's going to get that mark.
Riley Miller with the carry.
Number 10, Riley Miller with the carry for Fort Defiance. He had a touchdown run last week, did the junior. Not much space to be had there.
3rd and 5 at the
He
45.
fights just to get back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 5 for the Indians from the 45-yard line. 10:49 to go. Riverheads leading 14-0. Nicely, he's going to take the snap from under center. He's dropping back to pass. He's throwing quickly. It's tapped up in the air. Great coverage at the line of scrimmage there.
Pass broken up.
Plenty of traffic. Noah Smiley ended up being the closest one to it as it was coming to the ground. I cannot see who got a paw on it. But that's going to bring up 4th and 5 for the Indians. And it looks like another potential punt. This is the quarterback doing the punting for Fort Defiance. We want to keep watching that. Zach Smiley back for the Gladiators. He's 10 yards deep, looking for the snap. Hits a up man. It's going to be River. Yeah. It's not a good play for Defiance. As the snap hit an up man, I'm not sure if it was intended to go to one of the up men or if it just inadvertently hit one of his blockers. But that ball never made its way back to the punter. That ball falls onto the ground around the 43-yard line. They have the ball in their hands now, so I'm not sure. Riverheads recovered it there. So either way, it's got to be Riverheads football after that snap happened. I just don't understand. That official hates it. That official on the far side that has to listen to Coach Castro all night, not enjoying it. It will be Riverheads ball, which seemed like the obvious outcome of whatever they were going to talk about there. As Riverheads will get the ball. I guess I'm taking that as a turnover on downs.
At the 44-yard line.
Because I'm not sure that wasn't intended. But it's Riverheads ball on the 44 of Fort Defiance.
Zach Smiley with the carry.
Zach Smiley's going to take it from the 44 out to the
3 struck eyes with the stop.
38, so we'll give him 6-yard carry there for Zach Smiley, the senior. And I'd like an instant replay there to see what happened on that punt attempt. But either way, Riverheads ball, 2nd and 4, 9:57 on the clock here in the first quarter. Riverheads leading 14-0, trying to go up more.
Penalty marker down.
Pre-snap penalty looks like it will be against the Gladiators. Will likely erase a solid first down play for the Gladiators and force
start against Gladiators.
2nd and 9. False start. I didn't catch if it was a lineman moving or somebody tackle. Okay, yeah, the tackle moved too early. That's a call from the field. There's one advantage of having less fans here. That's what mine fans are a little quiet tonight anyway on this side. Dunlap under center. 2nd and 9. He's going to give it to Zach Smiley. He's going back to the outside. He's going to cut up there.
Zach Smiley with the carry.
He's going to gain back the penalty yardage and maybe one more. And he'll bring up a 2nd and 3. So another 6-yard gain for Zach Smiley. Third and 3 for the Riverhead Gladiators. Going to give it to Noah Smiley, and he's going to forge ahead. Will the fullback out past
Noah Smiley with the carry.
The 35. Is it enough for a first down? It's going to be depends where he puts it down. He takes an extra step back, so that's going to be short of a first down, and that'll be
Fourth and 1 at the 35-yard line.
4th and 1 for the Gladiators. Pushing the pile forward. I think Dunlap just still has the football. I couldn't tell if he handed it off to anybody there, but Dunlap's on the bottom of that pile, and it was a QB sneak, and everybody just pushed ahead, found first down yardage and more inside the 30 up to the 25. Really good carry. That's just a solid play. Got a lot more than a first down.
The first and 10 Gladiators at the 25-yard line.
So from the 25 for the Gladiators, 25 yards away from the end zone. First and 10 for the Gladiators. Dunlap's going to do it again. Run it forward, pick up some yards. And that's just big guys pushing on big guys there. Positive gain there. Probably deciding between about a 4-yard gain there. And that's going to be spotted right at the 30. So a 5-yard gain. That's the 20, excuse me.
Bad Dunlap with the carry. This group of Indians with the stop.
So a nice 5-yard carry right on the edge of the red zone for the Gladiators. 2nd and 5, 7:30 left in the first half. Gladiators leading 14-0. Dunlap's going to give this one off this time. Zach Smiley's going to go to the left. He's going to find a little space out to the left. Enough for a first down, close to the 10. So it'll be another first down for the Gladiators. Close to the 10-yard line.
Smiley with the carry.
The chains look to be set up. 8-yard carry for Zach. First and 10 from the 12. Zach Smiley with the football. To the left side. Nice carry there for Zach. I'm just having trouble seeing where they're going to spot this football.
Zach Smiley with the carry. Colby Morris with the stop.
Down to the 5, 7-yard carry. 2nd and 3 for the Gladiators.
Second and 4 at the 6-yard line.
2nd and 3, Dunlap under center. Gives it to Zach. Zach runs forward, smells the end zone, takes a dive towards it, and he has it. Far official has his arms up, and that's a touchdown for the Gladiators. 3-touchdown lead now for the Gladiators. 2 of those touchdowns from Zach Smiley. Five-yard touchdown for Zach Smiley with 6:20 on the clock. Riverheads up 3 touchdowns, looking to add an extra point. Robeson on to kick. Robeson puts it up and through to make it 21-0 Gladiators with 6:20 to go.
Gladiators 21, Indians nothing. Now's the time to swing by the wigwam. Get an order of nachos or a Chick-fil-A sandwich, popcorn, drinks, candy. They have it all. And all proceeds go to benefit Fort Athletics.
Has a 4-minute drive that only went 44 yards. So short field again for the Gladiators. Fort Defiance has to find a way to stop giving a short field to the Gladiators. Every time the Gladiators start a drive, it'd be from where I would consider it being a short field. The furthest they've been out is 54 yards from their end zone they're trying to get to. Fort Defiance has to make a way to get into Riverheads territory. Force Riverheads to go the field when they have the ball. Obviously, Fort Defiance would like to score, but in the least, they would like to position the field better to favor themselves. And they don't need a spark here before halftime. With 6:20 to go on the clock, it would be a nice time for a spark here for the Indians. Something they can build off of in the locker room. And for their sake, find some success against this Riverheads defense, which most teams have not been able to in these last few years. This ball will be deeper, but it's going to end up going out of bounds. Robeson kicking that one out of bounds beyond the 30. That'll move the ball out to, I think, the 35. And that's where Fort Defiance will start. Fort Defiance definitely has fought against field possession, starting on their own 23, on their own 5, on their own 30, and now their own 35. So this really is the best field position
at the 35-yard line
for the Indians to start tonight as a result of that kickoff going out of bounds. Nicely under center. gives it to his back. And that Dalton Ream fighting for yards, and that's what they need. Dalton Ream, a big back there, keeps his feet moving and passes the chains, finds a little bit more, and nearly gets to midfield.
Dalton Ream with the carry. Say it with me, friends. First down, Indians.
Great carry there for Dalton Ream, the senior. He makes a lot of big plays on defense, and he can make some moments on offense. Right there was one for the senior. I believe this is the best field position for Fort Defiance tonight as well. Approaching midfield. 3 guys split out, 1 to the left, 2 to the right, 2 in the backfield. Bring a guy from the right in motion. And they're going to throw it over to him on a quick screen, and they're going to be unable to connect. Just a little bad timing.
Complete. Intended for Tyrant Vaney.
Nicely kind of threw it ahead of his guy in motion. His guy in motion kind of stayed on that same straight line, and they were about 2 yards away from where they needed to be from each other. Vaney made an effort to go catch that ball. If he wasn't going to be able to catch it, it was probably better he didn't touch it, because if he popped it up or kept it in the air any longer, a Riverheads defender might have been right there to snatch it. So Fort Defiance now 2nd and 10 from the 47. Nicely moving a guy.
Penalty marker down.
It's going to be offsides on the defense. They said the nose tackle's head was in the neutral zone. Another advantage of less fans, the less crowd noise. Could hear exactly what the near official said that made that call. One of the middle guys there for the Gladiators.
Penalty against the Gladiators.
Just lined up just a touch too far. I guess his head was probably over top of the football. Late substitution from Riverheads, but won't be an issue. Some small guys there from Riverheads up front. They've been doing a good job all night against the bigger sized Fort Defiance offensive line. Late handoff. Lucky that's not a fumble on the ground, but Gladiators all over him for about a yard gain.
Dalton Ream with the carry.
They gave it to Ream again. And that time, getting in traffic right at the line of scrimmage, unable to get his feet moving. He did his best to stay on his feet, but then plenty of Riverheads Gladiators there to stop him. And this ball is, the nose of the football is right at the 45. They are in Gladiator territory. I guess that penalty moved them up to there. But now at just outside the 45. 3rd and 3 for the Indians. Guy coming, Bartley. Is that ball on the ground? This ball's on the ground. Riverhead's celebrating because they have the football. It looked like Noah Smiley with the fumble recovery, and another drive ends on turnover for the Indians. That was the best drive of the night for the Indians. But on the pressure play again, ends up turning the football over with 4:50 to go. So it's at the 47. 18-yard drive there. Took 2:20 off the clock. Riverhead starts this drive at 47. Pitches it out to Zach. He gets to the outside. Trying to look for the sideline. He'll get out of bounds.
Zach Smiley with the carry. Forced out by Christian Sorrell.
So first down play for the Gladiators, gets into Fort territory and gets them all the way inside the 40, down to about the 37-yard line. $16-yard run there for Smiley. 4:43 on the clock. Riverhead's looking to add on to their 21-0 lead. A shift from the Riverhead offensive line over to the right. And they're going to be running back to the left with the crisscross plays. Cy Cox with the football. Picking up at least 5 yards there.
Cy Cox with the carry. Dalton Ream with the stop.
Dalton Ream with a tackle from Fort Defiance. Going to hear that a lot tonight. That ball was ran all the way up to the 32, so a 5-yard carry for Cy Cox on the crisscross play. That's where Zach Smiley gets it, and then he hands it off to Cy Cox. Again, a shift from Riverheads offense. They did this last play before the crisscross. Gives it to Zach Smiley. He's going to keep it. He's going to run out to the right. He has the sideline. He has it. He wants it. He takes it. He takes it towards the end zone, inside the 10, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds
Zach
at
Smiley with
the
the carry,
6-yard
out by
line.
Landon Barr.
So great carry there for Zach Smiley. "21-yard carry by Zach Smiley. He had space to the outside, and he stayed patient, kept that pressure inside, and then broke to the outside, giving him more yardage there. I thought he might get to the end zone, but Fort Defiance did a good job staying with that play, finding a way to get him down, to help over the top, brought him down. First and goal. Zach Smiley stays on his feet and into the end zone. Zach Smiley, touchdown.
Touchdown, Gladiators.
6-yard touchdown from Zach Smiley. 4-touchdown lead now for the Gladiators with 3:24 on the clock. All Riverheads offense tonight, mainly because their defense is doing such a good job against Fort Defiance's offense, giving them minimal first downs. Cooper Robson's kick for the extra point is up and good. 28-0. 2:24 to go. Gladiators lead.
The extra point is good. And with 3:24 left in the second, Gladiators 28, Indians nothing.
Stewart's draft Wilson at halftime, 42-0. The Cougars leading that one. Not much to be said there. Scoreboard doesn't appear to be working for the Stanton-Buffalo Gap game. On NFHS Network, so we will try to find a score for you there on Twitter. The Riverheads will be ready to kick off. Robeson doing the kickoff duties as well. 3:24 to go in the first half. Gladiators lead 28-0. 3 of those 4 touchdowns, Zach Smiley runs. 1 of 6, 1 of 5, and 1 of 3. Noah Smiley with the other touchdown. Gonna kick this one deep in the air, but he fair caught. He waved his arm. You can't do both. Waved his arm was Noah Bartley. And he just got a little update on how that works. Probably feels a little embarrassed, but he's a good player for Fort Defiance. He'll be looking to make up for that quickly with a nice run. He'll probably have an opportunity shortly. But with that fair catch right at the 20, Fort Defiance will start their drive here, their 5th of the football game, on their own 20. 3:22 to go.
First and 10 Indians at the 20.
Fort, more so than ever right now, needs to find some first downs. They just don't want to see Riverheads offense come back on the field. Cannot give Riverheads the football again in your own territory.
Dalton Ream with the carry.
With time on the clock here. About a yard rush of 1 there from Fort Defiance on first down. We'll give them 2, 2nd and 8. Ream and Bartley in the backfield with Nicely. It's going to be a pass to the outside, slip screen. Veeney's going to get the football, avoid some contact. Good job there, breaking the first tackle. He's going to get out to the 25. Ball's out of bounds, clock to stop. They're going to spot it right at the 25. So a 3-yard gain there by Veeney on the outside on the quick little throw out to him. He slipped the first tackle. That's really the only thing that gave him any yardage. And that was a good play by him.
3rd and 5 from the 25-yard line.
Plenty of other defenders coming quickly to put that play away. So nicely under center. Again, Ream and Bartley in the backfield. Bringing a guy in motion. That's Feeney. A lot of contact in the backfield. They're tackling him right at the point of the handoff. That was nicely trying to hand off to Ream after a man in motion. And the defensive tackle from Riverheads.
A group of Gladiators.
Might have been the linebacker, actually. It looked like it might have just been Caden Cook Cash in there to break it up. And his head was on the football as it was being handed off. Lucky that ball stayed in the possession of Fort Defiance, if you're an Indian fan. But this brings up 4th and 8. They got their punt formation on the field with their quarterback taking the snap. He's going to punt it away. And Trevor Bartley yelling at Zach Smiley there right when he was thinking about catching it. Probably wise not to either way. But with 1:51 to go on the clock, it's a lot of time for Riverheads to only be 57 yards away from the end zone. We'll see if Riverheads tries to add on another touchdown before the half. I don't recall Riverheads sitting back too often in these positions. They're running too tight here, are the Gladiators. It's going to be a pass play, and there's all kinds of guys open. Dunlap throws it deep to number 3. He catches it. He's off to the races. Can he get into the end zone? Leitner tries to fight away from tackle. He cannot, but he's taken out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Leitner with a great play there. It looked like Fort was looking all run, and Leitner was running by himself down the field and caught that ball and ran as fast as he could to the outside, but just couldn't get away from the defender from Fort Defiance. That was number 2, Drew Schreckeyes, making the tackle, getting him out of bounds. But now it's Riverheads on the 6-yard line with 1:37 to go. Knocking on the door again. Dunlap takes the snap, gives it to Cox. No space. But there's good penetration there by number 10 from Fort Defiance. Causing chaos in the backfield. Riley Miller doing a great job getting in there. Clock is running with 1:11. Ball on the 5. Riverheads has all their timeouts. No need to use any quite yet. Only 5 yards away from the end zone. Handoff again to Cox. He's going to be forward, not in the end zone. This time he will gain a little bit of yard. To the 4. Clock still ticking, 35 seconds and ticking. So they're banking on being able to score on the next play or two here, which they only have the next play or two to do it. If they don't score here, probably look for a timeout. This one's to Zach Smiley. He's cutting upfield. This goal line defense doing a good job for Defiance. Probably going to have to see a timeout here for the Gladiators. And Coach Castro motioning for just that with 11 seconds to go. And it will bring a 4th and goal play for the Gladiators.
Timeout, Riverheads.
And it looked like he gained some yardage there, but where it spotted didn't. So it's going to be 4th and goal from the 4. 11 seconds to go, but 4th and goal means Gladiators got to do it right here. Hopefully you guys wanted to listen to the Macarena more than hear me talk. That's what you got. as the Gladiators facing 4th and goal from the 4 with 11 seconds to go in the half. Score here, get off the field for the Riverheads offense as they'll be under center, taking the snap, pitching out to the left side. Zach Smiley trying to find space, fighting ahead, get to the sideline. The pylon is knocked down, and it's a touchdown for the Riverheads Gladiators.
Zach Smiley with the carry.
As he was able to knock over the pylon as he's going out of bounds, and it's a touchdown for the Gladiators, the 4th touchdown of the game for Zach Smiley, and they score that one with 5 seconds left in the half. Extra point will be up, and it will be good for Cooper Robeson. A lot of people down in the backfield. No flags. We'll move on to a Riverheads kickoff with 5 seconds to go, and that's because they're up 30. It's good, wasn't it? 35-0 for the Gladiators. Up scoreboard hadn't been updated quite yet. But 35-0 should be reading on the scoreboard. So about a 2-minute drive there for the Gladiators.
There was a roughing the kicker penalty that was enforced on the kickoff.
There we go. That's why they didn't put it on the scoreboard. There was a penalty. I missed it. Roughing the kicker. They're going to put it on the kickoff. That means the spot of the football will be moved up from the 40 all the way up to the 50.
Be sure to stick around for their halftime show featuring the Marching Indians as they unveil their spring 2021 season show entitled Time.
Riverheads kicking off from the 55. They should be able to put this one in the end zone if they want to, but Riverheads known to not kick deep. We'll see if they try to do something here to cause a turnover. The cost risk benefit of that not great with only 5 seconds on the clock. Fort Defiance probably wants to get into the locker room. Robeson's going to kick it deep. Right to the goal line. As soon as that ball crosses the goal line, it's a touchback. Doesn't matter if the player needs it or not in high school VHSL. So with 4 seconds left on the clock, Fort Defiance will come back for about a snap. This snap will be at the 20. And we'll see if Fort Defiance does much more than just take a knee or a simple run up the middle. They'll give it to Ream up the middle. He has space. That's fine. He runs it out for a first down. Out past the 20. Out past the 30. And he will get the first down, but the clock will run out, and that'll be halftime. We'll take a break here on the audio. We'll be back for the second half.
The halftime show, so be sure to swing by the Wigwam.
We'll talk about some stats,
sandwiches, nachos,
some out-of-town scores,
drinks, candy, and more.
And get you set up for the second half.
All go to benefit Sport Athletics.
I mean, how good would the hot dog be, though? It's pretty much the same when our phones on.
Please welcome to the field your very own Fort Defiance High School Marching Indians. The Marching Indians will be performing their spring 2021 season show entitled Time, including Clocks by Coldplay, Time from the movie Inception, and The Time Warp from Rocky Horror Picture Show. Drum Major Zeke Esteban and Gabby Nicolescu, please signal when your band is ready. Now performing their spring 2021 show, the Fort Defiance High School Marching Indians. Let's hear it again for the Marching Indians. The Marching Indians are under the direction of Shannon Light. Assistant director and color guard instructor is Brandon Gray. Percussion instructor is Elijah Steele. And brass instructor is Josh Smith. Student leadership includes Zeke Esteban, Gabby Nicolescu, Hensi Correa, Ryan Lovelace, Kason Garcia, Morgan Powell, Sherilyn Crookshanks, Travis Wilberger, Rosie Clark, Jenna Senger, Andy Wildermuth, Clay Locke, Kayla Marin, Caitlin Moyer, and Chase Height.
Felt a lot better today than it was. He was calling my orthopedic today. He was a little perplexed with some of them. The original injury, not bad or worse. Then we had this strain over here. It's kind of gotten better like we thought. He doesn't know why my leg's so damn swollen. So he wants to see if they're going to get me back in for an x-ray or something else to see what's going on. Because I have pretty significant swelling here and here that he can't really explain. When I had swelling kind of everywhere, including there, that wasn't as big a deal. But this kind of still holding up. He's pressing on it and moving it and everything. It's just not adding up. Maybe so. It's just like pattern of what we've done, what's happened. He just wants to get his opinion, and again, you get involved, sounds good. But the way he said was, that was at 10 o'clock this morning. See what we can get this afternoon. If not, we'll kind of be part of the line for Monday. I was like, hell yeah. Because in my call, it's 3 months from now. So, yeah, good call. Yeah. But I mean, yesterday it was scary. Scary. I mean, it was so big. I woke up this morning. I took prednisone last night, 20 milligrams, which was my initial prescription, and I woke up and it was so much less swelling. I was like, awesome. And immediately I'm moving easier, not really having a whole lot of pain. Still stuff, but it's like good. I can go to therapy. I can do something. I gotta come back on that trailer. I gotta move from with it. All right, team back on the field. We'll start talking too. Riverheads leading this one 35-0, led by senior Zach Smiley. He is having a heck of a game, 4 touchdowns. Started the game with the first score of the football game with a 3-yard touchdown with 7:39 on the clock. Then Riverheads forced a pretty quick drive from the Indians, and it ended on a fumble on 4th down. And the Gladiators took over on a short field, only 20 yards away from the end zone, but they were stopped turnover on downs as the Gladiators weren't able to get in the end zone from there. But that would be the last time the Riverheads were not allowed a touchdown on a possession. Fort Defiance on their next possession punted, and then Riverheads responded with a 3-yard Noah Smiley run with 16 seconds left in the first quarter. So Riverheads would lead 14-0 going into the second quarter. From there, Fort Defiance would turn over on downs. Riverheads would respond with a Zach Smiley 5-yard touchdown with 6:20 to go in the half. Fort Defiance would turn the ball over on their next possession with a fumble at the 47. Riverheads would drive from the 47 from there and cap off that drive with a 6-yard Zach Smiley touchdown. Then the Indians would punt on their second to last drive, last meaningful drive, and then Zach would end up scoring from there as Gladiators started that ball just over on the other side of the 50, but got downfield quickly with a long pass from Dunlap to Leitner, but Zach Smiley would cap off the drive with a 4-yard touchdown run with only 5 seconds to go in the half. The Indians would get the ball after a touchback on the kickoff. They ran forward for a first down, but no time to be had there. And that was the half. 35-0 Riverheads leads as we're getting ready to start this second half. Other action in the area, Buffalo Gap Stanton. Buffalo Gap dominating that one, 29-0 at the half. Wilson Memorial, Stuarts Draft. Stuarts Draft dominating that one, 42-0 at the half. And Rockbridge County and Waynesboro playing at Waynesboro. Rockbridge County leading that one 14-0. That's still first half action happening there. So a lot of one-sided battles happening in the area tonight, including here with a 35-0 lead for the Riverheads Gladiators. You look at Zach Smiley on the season. He had a 3-touchdown game, I believe, in the first game against Tazewell, and then a 1-touchdown against Wilson. He's matched those 4 touchdowns here tonight in this one game against Fort Defiance. Bennett Dunlap not asked to pass many tonight. He did have an incomplete at one point. That ball was under a lot of pressure, thrown into some traffic, and it did end up falling to the ground. But another one of Dunlap's passes was to a wide open Leitner that went for about 50 yards, maybe just under 50 yards. Leitner did a great job just finding a way to be wide open and then caught that ball, and he was trying to race to the end zone, unable to get there before getting slid out of bounds around the 5-yard line. But it was a good job for him to get open. The interesting play there before the end of the half was Riverheads trying to score there with 5 seconds left. It was a 4th and goal play. They had called a timeout, and Brackle was up against the wall. Was Fort Defiance going to find a way to stop him, or was Riverheads going to score? Riverheads found a way to score. It was a highlight reel kind of play with Zach running to the outside, being a patient runner, finding his right break in traffic, diving towards the end zone right near the out of bounds. But him touching that pylon allowed for the official to know that was a touchdown and get those points on the board. But it looks like the clock has run out here on halftime, and we're going to get the teams lined back up. As we get situated here for the second half, Riverheads will be kicking from right to left towards the end zone. And Fort will be looking for anything positive here to start off the second half. Had to talk at halftime about what things they thought worked right in the first half. Not a lot on the stat sheet that would say that, but some things had to feel like maybe it'll be open because this wasn't. Sure, they had those discussions, but they need to find something positive here to build off of, as this ball is going to roll past all of them, and that's a great roll as it stops rolling right at the goal line, and it causes Shrek Eyes to pick it up. He does a good job running it out past the 20.
Shrek Eyes on the return.
Drew Shrek Eyes, a speedster there, picks the ball up off the ground with his back to the oncoming defenders there, but stands up and then runs it out 20 yards very quickly. Drew Shrek Eyes doing a good job making something out of nothing. That was a perfect roll for Cooper Robeson. That ball hit the ground, rolled towards the goal line, looked like it might just be a touchback, and then it just started rolling sideways right at the 2-yard line.
First and 10, Indians at the 25-yard line.
Out to the 25, so great job there by Fort. First down, going to be handed off to the running back coming out of the backfield to the right side of the line. Not a lot of space. Out to about the 27. Bartley.
Dalton Ream with the carry.
Nope, Ream with the carry. 2-yard carry. So Ream getting plenty of playing time tonight. He did have a touchdown last week. He's a tough runner. So Ream and Bartley in the backfield. Under center is nicely. Snap to the fullback. Ream up the middle. Another 2 yards, it looks like, out to the 24, or the 29.
Dalton Ream with the carry.
He's a solid runner there, but he's a little bit more than 2 yards on each carry to maintain a drive. They're bringing up 3rd and 6. So 3rd and 6 on the opening drive for Fort Defiance here in the second half. Nicely takes the snap, he's throwing. He's out here to the near side, nearly gets intercepted as number 24 for the Gladiators was right there. He thinks he should have had it, but he was doing a good job taking up space there, making that play not happen. Cole Burton, he was right there.
Intended by Tyreek Beanie. Broken up by Noah Smiley.
And nicely was looking for Vini there, but looking for him underneath, and he, I guess, didn't see Cole Burton right there, and it's lucky that wasn't just picked off and taken the other way. It was a bit of a bullet. It had been hold for Cole Burton to bring that in. That one's going to be kicked. Zach Smiley's not going to have an opportunity to return it, and that's a good roll for Fort Defiance inside the 30, and they'll down it there about the 29-yard line. So with 9:32 on the clock, the Gladiators will take over on their own 29. First down play from the 29 brings Cy Cox in motion. And that's not Cy Cox, that's Caden Cook Cash. He's going to go forward for about 6 yards. Just shy, so call it 5. Just shy of the 35-yard line.
Evan Mathis with the carry.
That wasn't Mathis, was it?
Dalton Ream with the stop.
That was Cook Cash, number 33. Yep. Caden Cook Cash, the freshman, having a good season already as a freshman. Has a touchdown in each of the last 2 football games. Only on 9 carries and 34 yards.
2nd and 5 to the 34.
Caden Cook Cash with the carry. He's going to go to the outside to the right. Doesn't have a lot of blocking out there, but he is able to find some yardage, and he's pushing for a first, and he gets it. Solid, tough runner, Caden Cook Cash. Man, he looks a lot like Zach Smiley did when he was a freshman. That's a first down for the Gladiator. He gets it out past the 40 to the 42.
Caden Cook Cash with the carry.
42 and a half maybe, but that was 2 carries and a first down for the Gladiators on the back of the freshman there, Caden Cook Cash. First and 10 for the Gladiators. Snap going to the fullback, up the middle.
Noah Smiley with the carry.
That will be 26, Noah Smiley with the carry. He's going to move ahead for plenty of yards, up to the 49. Second and 3 for the Gladiators. 7:24 on the clock. Gladiators lead 35-0. Gladiators trying to cross midfield here on this play. They will. Caden Cook Cash up the middle for lots of yards. 51-yard touchdown. Caden Cook Cash ran in traffic and then ran by himself. Another touchdown on the board for the Gladiators. 51-yard run for Cash. Extending the lead. He was down the field in a hurry, and where he does a good job finding space and pushing a pile ahead, man, when he got in the open field there, he just took off, and no one was going to catch him. Right down the middle of the field. He ran in traffic right near the line of scrimmage. That was the last time anybody was near him, as he just took off from everybody. A lot of pressure there. It's still going to be good, though. Cooper.
The extra point is good.
Roberson's kick was a low liner,
42 Indians, nothing.
But it will go over the upright and extend this to 42-0 Gladiators.
For your protection and the protection of others, face coverings and masks are required to be worn at all times, except while actively eating or drinking. Thank you for your cooperation.
So whatever Fort Defiance talked about at halftime obviously didn't go their way there with a quick drive of their own. And then Riverheads getting the football. And it was a pretty quick drive themselves, but they got into the end zone with a 51-yard touchdown run by Caden Cook Cash, the freshman. He's had a touchdown in each one of the ball games this year. Robeson on to kick. Deep for the Indians. Drew Schreckeyes to the left. Vini to the right. Remember, Drew Schreckeyes had to turn the terrible situation of their own there into a pretty decent return, considering. Drew Schreckeyes running it out from the 1-yard line out to the 25-yard line. See what they do here. If Riverhead's going to kick that way, or nope, they're going to kick it short and weird and look for a bounce, and Riverhead's going to have a chance. They have a chance. They do not get it. Number 6 for the Indians. Great job getting over there and falling down on the football. And I don't have a number 6 on the roster. And his jersey clearly says number 6, but he did a good job on special teams there, making a play and maintaining possessions for the Indians. As Riverheads does that all the time. They kick short into that no man's land area. Let that ball bounce up in the air, bounce around, make it hard for the receiving team to bring it in. And that's exactly what happened there, but Fort Defiance did fall on it before Riverheads could get to it.
First and 10 Indians at the 34-yard line.
Fort Defiance will start this drive, first and 10, with a handoff. Oh, my goodness. That was a big tackle.
Dalton Ream with the carry.
Dalton Ream had kind of been getting space all night, and right there, thrown backwards. And he wasn't even to the line of scrimmage before he started getting thrown backwards. Before momentum will keep that to a 2-yard loss. That was a statement of a tackle. Second and 12 for the Indians. It's going to be a pass. Nearly picked off. This time, Burton.
Pass incomplete.
Trying to make a play for it, running for it, diving for it. Again, this one would have been really tough to bring in, but he was the only guy that could have caught that ball. It was short to his receiver, but Cole Burton trying to get to where he could catch it. Good play there by the defense. Not the best throw there from Nicely. I don't think his receiver even had a shot for that. And that will bring up 3rd and 12. I'd expect to see Fort Defiance probably to pass again here with 3rd and 12. Seen them try pass plays on similar opportunities throughout this ball game. They are. They're passing to the left side. And this time into a lot of traffic. Plenty of Gladiators there. Included a hard hit.
Pass incomplete. Intended for Ashton Dove. Broken up.
Austin Dove didn't enjoy it. But the Gladiator side of the sideline does. And that will bring up 4th and 12. And that's just football right there. Good hard hit. That ball probably should have been thrown over there into traffic like that. Fort Defiance still need a player on the field. That gives some of these switches from Riverheads happening some time. They do. Riverheads gets them off. 11 on 11 now. Snap back. Nicely kicks it off. And his ball's going to roll to about the 35. So another negative drive for Fort Defiance, as they ended up losing 2 yards before punting that away with 4:08. But Riverheads will take over with 4:08 on their own 35, trying to maintain or extend this 42-0 lead.
Gladiators at the 35-yard line.
Snap. Burton going to get a carry from fullback. I don't even think he got a carry last week, but he gets a good carry right there, out 8 yards. I don't understand that
Cole
spot.
Burton with the carry.
You see one guy say 8-yard carry, another guy say 7. 7-yard carry by Cole Burton from where they actually put the ball. 2nd and 3 from the 42. Fullback again. Burton for the first down into Fort Defiance territory. That's going to be another 7 or 8 yard run. Fort Defiance down on the sideline.
Burton with the carry.
Not on the sideline, middle of the field, one of the linemen down. We'll see how he is. The Riverheads, when they get back to action, will have a first down in Fort Defiance territory at the 43-yard line. Excuse me, that's the 47. Holding for the injury here. Seeing if we can get you any other scores going on, all one-sided games happening in the area. Be surprised if the one-sidedness has changed anywhere. Not a whole lot of updates coming from the area. I think a lot of teams just cruising with those big leads. Stewart Straff was leading Wilson. Buffalo Gap leading Stanton. Buffalo Gap score was 29-0 at the half. Wilson was trailing Stanton 42 at the half. So we can get some scores at the end of the game here. But a lot of one-sided scores here tonight. But injured player for Fort Defiance able to get over here to the sideline. Pretty banged up. Alexander Correz, the senior. Hopefully he's going to be okay. We don't miss too much time in the shortened season. All right, Riverheads. 1st and 10 here. Fullback with the football again. It's Cole Burton still. This time not as far to go as he's going to get taken down at the 45. He went ahead for about 3 yards.
Cole Burton with the carry. Connor Sheets with the stop.
Connor Sheets of the Indian stop. .235 and ticking. 42-0.
2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
42-0. The Gladiators leading this ball game. So it looks like Cole Burton in there. Looks like Caden Cook-Cash getting the football, trying to get taken down from behind. He's unable to. Fights through that traffic and kind of carries some defenders to the outside as he's trying to break away from them. But we do have a penalty back at the line of scrimmage in the area of holding.
Colby Morris with the stop.
Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's going to be a hold against the Gladiators. I think that's the first hold of the night. Gladiators playing really clean tonight. One of the few penalties I can remember was
holding against Riverheads.
Zach Smiley trying to jump a guy. I don't remember any holdings. But that will take them back 10 yards. This ball puts them back into their own territory at the 46. And they'll need the 38 and a breath for a first down. So 2nd and 16 for the Gladiators. Zach Smiley's going to get the football, turn it upside, and he's going to get into Fort Defiance territory back to the 45. So that'll basically be a 10-yard carry and make up for that penalty.
Smiley with the carry. Nash Colvin with the stop.
Penalty yardage back, but still erases a good carry by Caden Cook-Cash. That would have had him close to a first down. So now on 3rd and 8 for the Gladiators. Need some yardage here to continue this drive, make 4th down easier, or go ahead and get the first now. Superpower is going to have a backside guy try to get Zach. He won't. Another guy won't. The whole right side of the offense out there beyond the first down marker, and they'll finally be able to bring them down. Zach Smiley just breaking tackles like he normally does.
Zach Smiley on the carry.
That's why he gets the football on 3rd and 4th down so often, because he just breaks tackles. He's a patient runner. He waits behind his blockers. And on Superpower there, had plenty of blockers there with him. The backside guy nearly had him with his jersey. But Zach just too strong to be pulled down by some cloth. Fullback's going to get the carry. That's Burton. He has space. He's around and around, and now he's to the end zone. He's going. Touchdown, Riverheads Gladiators. That's Cole Burton
with the carry. Touchdown, Gladiators.
With 27 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter, Riverheads extends their lead as it will be 48 on the scoreboard here with an extra point pending. Around 35 yards there. Cole Burton with a good run there. He had some space up the middle, which your fullback usually doesn't see. But he knew how to handle it as he looked at the defenders ahead of him and then cut back and then raced to the end zone because he had green space in front of him. It's getting even worse here, though, for the Indians. 49-0. The Gladiators leading this ball game as we're about to close out the 3rd quarter.
Indians nothing.
Kickoff here for the Gladiators, kicking it deep. Shrek Eyes with the reception, and he's returning it well, really well. He's out past 50-yard line, ropes in, has a chance. Oh, there's a flag for Fort Defiance. An illegal block will bring this back. The crowd isn't going to like it, but they're going to call an illegal block back here at midfield.
There's a penalty marker down.
A great return from Shrek Eyes. Had some space, did a lot with it. He ended up getting taken out around the 21-yard line, which would have been the play of the night for the Indians. But a block around midfield, a holding, personal foul face mask on the return
Personal
team.
foul against the Indians.
I think he threw the guy to the ground while holding his face mask. That's the way the near official just signaled to the sideline. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty from midfield there. And Fort Defiance, instead of starting around the 20, start this drive back at their own 37.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter with the score of Gladiators 49, Indians nothing. And this reminder, for your safety and the safety of others, face coverings and masks are required to be worn at all times, except while actively eating or drinking. Thank you for your cooperation.
So as you likely heard from the loudspeaker beside my face, that is the end of the third quarter. Riverheads leading this one 49-0, 12 minutes of football left in this one. A great return on the kickoff there for Fort Defiance was negated by a personal foul call against the Fort Defiance kickoff team. Move this ball back all the way to their own 37, but that's where they will start. Own 37, 12 minutes left on the clock. Fumbled the snap, it's kicked around, anybody could get it. And then Fort Defiance has it, and they're running. Dalton Ream had picked it up. And that ball was rolling around back there somewhere. The ball never got to the quarterback. Dalton Ream with a heads-up play, picked it up, ran forward, and it looks like for a first down. These guys must be looking at different lines than I am. They at least need to measure. Yeah, it's a first down. Yeah, it looks like a first down. Let's call it a first down. Dalton Ream, 10-yard run to start this drive. And that's the way Fort Defiance was to start off the fourth quarter with a little bit of momentum.
First down, Indians.
Ream with the carry. Goes forward to about the line of scrimmage.
Dalton Ream with the carry.
With a healthy spot from the near official. They'll give him a 1-yard gain. The ball's sitting a yard ahead of the first down marker, but the chain crew didn't move the first down marker. They're still sideways onto the first down chain, but that's fine. 2nd and 10. Contact in the backfield again. Something's going on back there. That's 2 straight plays where the quarterback has not cleanly come away from center. That time, contact with one of his running backs, I think just coming on the wrong side, or just a lot sooner than expected. That will be for a loss. I'm calling it a 2-yard loss.
3rd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
But either way, it's a 3rd and 11 coming up for Fort Defiance. Clock ticking, down to 10 minutes. 2 to the right for Fort Defiance. Nicely under center, takes the snap. He's throwing out to the right. And Vini jumps up and makes a nice catch.
To Tyreek Vini.
Tyreek Vini right there to catch it. Out around the 45. Won't be enough for the first, so it'll still bring up a 4th down for the Indians, but a much more manageable 4th. And they're likely to go for it here. Only needing a yard. And I think that's the right call. Go ahead and see what your offense can do under pressure right here. You haven't had great experience under pressure all night. The risk reward here. Hey, if you turn it down, you're already down 49-0. If you can get a positive play, it's something to think about. Quarterback's going to keep it. He's going to try to lean forward for a first down. It's going to come down to the spot. Wherever these guys decide to lay the ball down is going to decide if this is a first down. That's going to be a first down. They laid that out plenty far enough for a first down. Yep, first down from the official there.
First down, Indians.
That's 2 first downs on this drive for the Indians. 8:51 and counting. 49-0 Gladiators in the 4th. nicely takes a snap, gives it to Ream. Ream up the middle. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Faked everybody out. Nicely did a great job there. Faking everybody out.
So nicely.
It sure
Touchdown,
looked like
Indians.
he had given the ball to his fullback, Ream, but he kept it, ran to the far sideline, and the entire Riverheads defense was focused on that fullback, that he was able to just avoid a couple defenders, ended up breaking back towards the middle of the field and crossed the goal line with 8:24 to go. Fort Defiance gets on the scoreboard. Great play by the quarterback, nicely. On a 4th down play, great job there for the Indians to find a little success in what they haven't been able to find all night. Extra point is kicked. It is no good. So it'll stay at 6. But 49-6 Riverheads now leads after Fort Defiance.
8:24 left in the 4th.
Nicely.
Gladiators 49, Indians 6.
Runs for 40 yards for a touchdown. And give credit where credit is due there. It was a good play call all night. They've been going to Ring, and really good play by the quarterback to fake that handoff so well. I mean, I don't feel like I'm that far away from it, and it clearly looked like the fullback had the football. Hopefully the cameraman had it better than I did. No indication given. But either way, nicely gets in the end zone. Good job there for the quarterback. He was having a rough drive there. A couple of those snaps not clean and not able to get away from the setter cleanly there. For him to find a positive play to cap it off and get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. Good moment for that junior quarterback there. Austin Monroe, the quarterback last couple of years for Defiance. Big shoes to fill there for Nicely, but he's doing an okay job there. That win last week against Stanton, really big, and I bet they have some more wins ahead of them down the stretch here. This is a tough game for a lot of teams. I know Fort Defiance will have Stuart Straff still ahead on their schedule, and that'll likely be a tough game. But some of these other teams in district, I think Fort Defiance is going to give pretty good handling of. I don't see any other team being far better than them, even though the score seems one-sided tonight. Return here by the Gladiators. Good block and set up, and this return's going to be out near the 40. There was a good little wall going for about 15 yards during that return. And we're going to see a lot of different numbers out here for the Gladiators. So with 8 minutes to go, Riverheads will start this drive on their own 38.
First and 10 Gladiators at the 38-yard line.
We do have the running clock, and it'll stay running. Quarterback going to give it to 42, and 42 has a lot of space to run. He's out to the sideline. He's going to be pushed out of bounds around the 45-yard line of Fort Defiance.
Luke Bryant with the carry.
Luke Bryant with the carry there. He got some carries last week, I remember. Great carry there. All the way out. Oh, it wasn't quite to the 45. He was at the 47.
Chase Cole with the stop.
16-yard run. Luke Bryant coming in motion again. He's going to get the ball again. He's going to go out to the left side. He has all kinds of space, and he's out to the sideline again. Past the first down marker. Staying on his feet, and he does get stepped out of bounds before he gets taken down. Two big carries by Luke Bryant.
Hunter Sheets with the stop.
We have a penalty. Block in the back.
Penalty against the Gladiators.
Riverhead's penalty will bring that long run back, but that's a first down, isn't it? Yeah, it's a first down. Okay. These officials might need the first line markers on the TV for them. First and 10 for the Gladiators. Takes off a big chunk of that Luke Bryant run, but still a 10-yard run for Luke Bryant. This one's up the middle to the fullback. That's still Colbert? It is.
Cody Cash with the carry. Dante Mazariegos with the stop.
Was it 20? All right, we'll give it to Cody Cash. We'll just give Luke Bryant 43. Okay. Yep, number 20 now playing fullback. Cody Cash. There we go. Under center for the snap. Going to pitch it back to the running back, number 21. He's going to get some yards and fall down. There is Isaac Hartless. And that is Chris Brooks.
Isaac Hartless with the carry.
Taking the snaps. 5:48 and ticking. 49-6. Gladiators lead. Huh? Yeah. Chris Brooks has the play call. They're going to use this entire play clock on this play. Quarterback's going to keep it, run up the middle with a good push for a first down. All the way up inside the 25 to the 23. Riverheads offense just pushes the line ahead. These are subs on subs here for the Gladiators. Filling in with some clean jerseys, and Fort Defiance with some clean jerseys of their own on the other side. Aiden Hearn playing tight end on the near side.
Gladiators at the 24-yard line.
Jax Allenball playing split out on the left. Brooks takes a snap, gives it to the running back.
Down.
I think someone left early for the Gladiators, as Isaac Hartless was getting an opportunity there.
False start against the Gladiators.
But the false start will make that play not happen. 5-yard penalty. 1st and 15 for the Gladiators from the 27-yard line. 28. 28-yard line. First and 15. That running back, number 21 for the Gladiators. Isaac Hartless runs forward for big gain there. All the way up to the 15-yard line. $13-yard carry. Coach Kessler is going to use time here, as much as he can, on this play clock before he runs another play. Get another
While
sub
I have a second, how about a big hand for your Indians cheerleaders and the Marching Indians band?
Brooks taking the snap. Gives it to his fullback up the middle. He's going to go forward for the first down inside the 10. Fighting ahead to the 5. Fullback had been Cody Cash. Coach Castro just using up time here. I think he's going to end up taking a penalty. Can't tell the players not to play. He's trying to do his best to maintain the score that's already on the board, it looks like. And there it is. False start, or false start, delay a game on the offense.
Delay a game penalty against the Gladiators.
That ball get taken out to the 10-yard line, set up first and goal from the 10 instead of from the 5. And now the Gladiators will need to run a play. I guess they don't have to, it's a running clock. But let the kids play a little bit. They're taking a knee now. Yep. They took the knee, so it's going to be, our final score is going to be 49-6. We still have 1:26 and ticking. But Coach Castro not putting it in the end zone again. As they took 8 minutes off the clock on this drive. They're just going to knee it out. The running clock helped that clock move right along, and that's what the running clock is for. But the final is going to be 49-6 for the Gladiators. And another minute. They won't go out the field and shake hands. They'll look across the field and wave at each other. Maybe the head coaches will take a minute to say hi to one another. But the Gladiators will move on to next week, where they will travel to Stanton. Stanton taking a big loss against Buffalo Gap this week. Stanton going to be hungry for a win. A win they found the first week against East Rock, but haven't found since. Riverheads will be 3-0 at that time. And looking to add on to this win streak, which is now 29 games. 29-game win streak. And it's extending a school record. So, something to be proud of on the overall record books for the Gladiators. But I know these players are coached to really just care about that win right there. As the coaches we're going to be walking towards each other. Coach Castro coming out to midfield, offering pleasantries. Coach Dan Rolfe comes out. They shake hands, share a word.
The final score, Gladiators 49, Indians 6. On behalf of Fort Defiance High School, thank you.
Coach Castro also talking to some of the referees.
Please drive home safely. Have a good weekend. And how about a huge hand for your Indians?
Some of those officials take a beating from Coach Castro all night. Right there, able to get a couple words in. So, another great ball game for the Gladiators, winning this one 49-6, their third win of the season. These last 2 weeks have been blowouts. Last week beating Wilson, and this week beating Fort Defiance. Fort Defiance moves to 1-2. Fort Defiance next week will be hosting Stuart Straff. So a couple rough weeks here for Fort Defiance, as they have to host the Gladiators and then host the Stuart Straff Cougars. It's going to be a tough game against the Cougars next week for them. But maybe a little bit of a measure and stick for the rest of us as we see back-to-back what Fort Defiance is able to do against those two teams. As I said, Riverheads travels to Stanton. Wilson Memorial will go out to Buffalo Gap, and Waynesboro will go and host Spotswood. So this game was dominated by Zach Smiley. He had 4 touchdowns, and he had those by halftime. In the second half, Caden Cook-Cash added a 51-yard touchdown, and Cole Burton added a 35-yard touchdown. That was the only scoring for the Gladiators in the second half. They were leading at 49-0, when nicely the quarterback for the Indians was able to fake a handoff and then run to the end zone for about 40 yards and cross that goal line with 8:24 to go. And a great play there by the quarterback from the Indians. But not much to be said on this one, as it was an absolute one-sided battle. The Gladiators led by 2 scores early. Only 1 stop on the defensive side of the football the entire game for Fort Defiance. That was early in this ball game, where the Gladiators got it at the 20 and got to the 5, but that's where the drive stopped. But after that, score for the Gladiators, and weren't stopped again until they chose to knee there on the 1st and 10 situation. 1st and 5, take the penalty, and then change to 1st and 10 from the goal line. Get you any scores I can. Oh yeah, we're not live. Since we're not live, I won't worry about the final scores. You've already seen them. We'll go ahead and get off here. Well, thank you for listening. We'll keep on trying to bring you Riverheads football any way, which way we can. Next week, the game will be at Stanton, and then the Riverheads Gladiators will return home after that for Buffalo Gap. I'm Leland McCrae. It's been good talking to you, and we'll see you next time.